Today in crypto, Ethereum 2.0 is coming soon, but only the first phase of Ethereum 2.0. This is going to be a big process happening over the next couple of years. This video is going to let you know where we are in that process right now, what comes next, what the different deployment phases of Ethereum 2.0 are going to look like, as well as what is being done now to make Ethereum more usable. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild land of crypto. Quick reminder as well that this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Wealth Mastery members will be getting straight to their inbox the best investor report in crypto. This week, we are covering overcoming your biases as an investor. Jesse has a report on Parsec, which has definitely been getting a lot of attention recently. DeFi Dad teaches us how to farm NFTs. Forrest shares some massively under the radar startups. Heidi has a report for us on silver. Jeff from TrustSwap hops on for an AMA, and of course, the latest top-tier technical analysis from Rect Capital. And also, we're going to talk about some of the hottest upcoming token sales and lots more besides that. It's just packed full of value, so don't miss another issue. Link down below where you can become a member today. Okay, so let's dive into this topic. So what the heck is Ethereum 2.0 anyway? Well, it is the biggest upgrade ever to happen to the Ethereum blockchain. It is going to enhance the speed, the efficiency, as well as the scalability of the Ethereum network, which will launch over several different phases in the coming few years, moving Ethereum from its current high intensity and inefficient proof of work model to a lighter, more agile proof of stake model. It will also be taking network from its current 30 transactions per second to up to 100,000 transactions per second. So just an incredible increase in scalability. The upgrade's also going to bring in staking rewards, providing passive income for Ethereum holders, and allow for more agile applications to be built on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So that's a short version for you. We're going to break it down into much tinier bits so we can understand really what's going on step by step. But let's start off with the current status of Ethereum 2.0. Right now, we are in the test net phase for phase 0, meaning that teams are currently battle testing Ethereum 2.0 in a test net environment right now, looking for bugs and also looking for ways to optimize the network. If everything goes according to plan and the necessary security audits are carried out, then it is highly possible that Ethereum 2.0 phase 0 will see its launch happen this year, possibly in November. Fingers crossed, but don't get too excited because this is only the first step in a long road towards building the Ethereum of the future. And delays in release dates, they have definitely happened before with Ethereum. So we have to keep that in mind. So let's not get too hung up on it happening in late October or early November or December when it's going to happen when it happens. So hopefully this year though. It is still, of course, possible that major security flaws will emerge during the audit process, which would mean more delays. But those are essential delays because you don't want to launch it and have it not work or have some horrible bug in it. But when it does happen, Ethereum 2.0 will be deployed in multiple phases, which are going to bring in different pieces of technology in each major phase. Okay, so let's start off by talking about Ethereum 2.0 phase 0, which is the phase that's likely to launch this year. This is the beacon chain. Now, this is not going to be a fully operational blockchain. Its main task will be keeping itself in sync and managing the proof of stake system. Obviously, staking, that is something that gets a lot of people very excited because it means that you'll have the opportunity to earn more Ethereum via staking. However, you must be aware that this is going to be a one-way street and that you may not be able to use that Ethereum for quite some time. Now, it is really important to point out here, you do not have to migrate your Ethereum to ETH 2.0. You can just keep it on ETH 1.0 until the full upgrade happens. It's optional to do this. Early adopters, if they do it though, will be the ones that stand to gain the biggest rewards. But you have to understand that when you send that Ethereum across to stake in phase 0, you will no longer be able to use that Ethereum in ETH 1.0, which will continue running in parallel to the new chain so that there won't be a break in continuity. Do note as well that you will not be able to do much with that Ethereum that you're putting into ETH 2.0 except for staking it and getting rewards for the future. So only send Ethereum that you're happy to hold on to for quite some time. The transition from a proof of work model where miners are incentivized to sell their Ethereum to cover costs, constantly creating constant sell pressure for Ethereum, is going to be switching over to a savings economy where Ethereum stakers are incentivized to hold their Ethereum and to continue to stake it to continue to compound gains. That is going to be a dramatic shift in terms of economics for the Ethereum network. Also, the staking ecosystem is evolving in such a way that you will be able to use a variety of different staking services to be able to stake your Ethereum. So even though 32 Ethereum is what you're actually going to need to be able to run your own validator, you're actually going to be able to use a third-party service. So if you have 3 ETH or 5 ETH or something like that, you're still going to be able to stake using a third-party service. But to stake directly, yeah, you're still going to need 32 Ethereum to run yourself a validator and receive rewards directly, but little holders will also be included in all this. Staking will also be made super simple using services like Anchor, so that is a definite plus. Now, if all of this goes well, then we can expect phase 0 this year. By the way, rewards are not fixed and will depend on how much Ethereum is actually staked. Now, it could be quite high if very few people are staking Ethereum, and it could be quite low if a lot of people are staking their Ethereum. So we'll have to wait and see how this actually plays out. Anyway, that's phase 0. Let's move on to phase 1.0, which we expect sometime in 2021. Now, this phase is incredibly important since it's going to introduce network sharding. Now, this essentially means that Ethereum will be able to scale massively. That's a short version for what sharding is. But sharding breaks down the network into different segments called shards. Every shard will be responsible for a small proportional portion of transactions and data in the network. At launch, it is expected that phase 1 will have 64 different shards, essentially splitting Ethereum into 64 different chains running in parallel to each other. Now, at a minimum, this is going to increase Ethereum scalability by 64 times, bringing the transactions per second up from 30 to 1,920, which is an incredible increase in scalability. But it is anticipated that this is actually going to allow for hundreds of times more scalability. So that's pretty gosh darn cool. The initial phase of this will not include accounts or smart contracts and will be focused really just on successfully running sharding in the wild. So again, this is not the fully operational blockchain yet. Phase 1.5 will see the current Ethereum mainnet officially becoming a shard and transitioning towards proof of stake. And then we move on to the final phase, which is ETH 2.0 phase 2. Now, this will be the phase when everything really comes together. This is the final phase. At this pace, I would be really surprised if we actually see this launch in 2021. It is possible, but more likely we're looking for this to happen in 2022. Hopefully not later than that, but we'll see. This phase will see the 64 shards become fully functional and allow for smart contract functionality as well as transfers and withdrawals. So again, if you're staking in phase 0, you gotta wait until phase 2 before you can move that Ethereum around. One of the most important parts of this phase will be the transition to WebAssembly. Currently, Ethereum is using a virtual machine, but a virtual machine is not really perfectly suited to the kind of ecosystem that's been developing around Ethereum. It worked was a great solution when they chose it back in the day, but technology has moved on. Therefore, the final phase of the Ethereum 2.0 upgrade is going to implement WebAssembly, which is a new type of code that can basically much more efficiently execute applications in modern browsers, as well as supporting a wider variety of programming languages and really just being much more adaptable. Now, during this phase, the Ethereum 1.0 chain, it is going to be completely integrated into Ethereum 2.0, and the proof of work chain that we're all familiar with and love today, that's just going to be turned off once and for all. Good night, Ethereum 1.0. And that's it. That's it, guys. That will be a fully functioning Ethereum 2.0 with scalability and better applications and staking rewards. But that is not going to be the end of the story for Ethereum development. It must keep innovating. There's even plans for that. Vitalik Buterin earlier this year laid out a 10-year plan for Ethereum, highlighting future upgrades that will build on top of what will be the most important smart contract platform out there, ETH 2.0. But aside from those planned areas of expansion, many years down the line, there are two very important things that I want to discuss with you that are happening right now that we need to be aware of as Ethereum investors. That is rollups and EIP 1559. Now, these are not part of the ETH 2.0 upgrade, but if you're investing in Ethereum, you should be aware of these upgrades because they're really important in the shorter term picture. The first is layer 2 scaling technology called rollups. Now, this allows for transactions to happen off the main chain and thus reduce the pressure on the current network while reducing fees and increasing scalability. And that technology will also be applicable in ETH 2.0, but it's critical for ETH 1.0. This is good for you, it's good for me, it's going to reduce fees, it's going to mean that we can use applications without having to, spend crazy amounts of money. We do have quite a few token-based scaling solutions like Raiden and OMG and XDAI and Matic, but we also have rollups. Rollups is a technology that can be implemented by any application. The developers simply need to integrate this technology, which is currently on testnet, and then they can move some or all of their functions of their dApp to layer 2 to reduce the fees for end users. Now, this technology, which is currently still in the testnet phase, is going to ensure that Ethereum is going to be able to cope with the growing demand happening right here, right now, today, while we wait for Ethereum 2.0 to finish its complete launch, which, again, may not happen until 2022. This is perhaps the most important technology being developed around Ethereum right now after ETH 2.0 because it makes ETH usable soon anyway, because again, we're still on testnet for that, but it's really, really important to see that coming to fruition. And the final thing I want you to be aware of as an Ethereum investor is Ethereum Improvement Protocol 1559, which will introduce a fee-burning mechanism that over time, as the Ethereum block reward decreases and the demand for Ethereum rises with transactions, Ethereum could actually become inflationary currency as we see some fees starting to be burned, or at least have such tiny inflation as to be quite insignificant, which is again just a massive positive change in economics for Ethereum. Anyway, that's the long and short of it, guys. And of course, those are just my two gwei for the day. Your question: do you think that Ethereum 2.0 is going to launch in 2020? And if so, how long do you think it's going to take them to actually complete ETH 2.0? Will it happen in 2021, 2022, maybe later, maybe never? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.